Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Well, 2025 is about to kick in very soon. Brand new year, and with that comes some changes for many of us. Many of us not a big fan of changes. We just like to keep going as life is, but that's not realistic. There are going to be changes. How do you navigate through changes in life, no matter what they are? And how does a life coach support you with that? We're going to talk to one. She's also a Clarity Catalyst instructor, and she's back with us. Ghada Elias joins us on the program. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, very well.
Good.
The whole change thing, let's be honest, like we are creatures of habit. Many of us don't like change. It can be uncomfortable. Is there a point where you can get in life where change doesn't bother you so much anymore?
I mean, I don't think you can, because change is gonna have an effect on you, whether it's a positive effect or a negative effect. Change is change. We just have to adjust to it. Basically, it's how much do we work on ourselves to adjust to the change. That's the key.
How do you adapt easier? Okay, so nobody really likes change. We got that. Yeah. How do you adapt easier? Or does it come from being forced to make changes and then you start realizing, all right, there's one change. That was kind of rough. Okay, on to the next one. Well, that one's not. And they could be unrelated. But the next one, well, that wasn't so bad. On to the next one. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, and onward. Is it just because once you see that you successfully make some changes that the next one is easier, the next one is easier?
I'm going to share a story with you about how I worked with my kids. You know, kids with autism, they like schedule, they like rigid. If you change something, oh my gosh, now it's hell, basically.
Yep.
That's how you're living. So I created hell for myself as my kids were growing older. I made plans and I purposely changed it for them. Now, it wasn't fun, but I did it because I wanted them to get used to it's okay for something not to happen, because life is not rigid. We're going to get hit in life by so many different things. And I figured I can get them used to it now. So in the future, my life would get better. And now my life is better especially with my son, that if I tell him, like today, I told him we're going to go see his aunt, but if I change my mind, it's okay. We're just going to maybe go see her tomorrow. It's really stepping up to that change, being okay with it, getting through. Look at whether it's negative or positive, just go with it. Go with the change and see how it's going to unfold. And sometimes not think about, oh my gosh, this is horrible, or, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Just go with the change. And the more you do it, yes, it gets easier to adapt. And you become like, okay, let's see what this is going to bring. Open-minded to it and more relaxed.
I know. I know for me, because I was forced into some changes, that other ones were easier. And I think it's because I realized that I had or have more resilience than I thought. And I'm better at navigating these things than I thought, because I never had to. So now I was forced to. So I think with those changes in our lives, we'll do anything not to have change. so when they
doesn't
come
happen.
on, doesn't happen. You got to be realistic.
Doesn't happen.
Yes.
That's life. Life doesn't come with a script. Life is life. It's really you making the choice of just going through the change, learning from it, and you'll be surprised what you can discover about yourself.
Yeah.
It's truly, it opens up your mind that, oh no, I can do this. I can deal with this. Yes, it builds resilience.
Yep.
Instead of going against the wind.
Well, then the
sometimes
it's a great point though. Yeah. I think we've talked about going with the flow.
yeah, sometimes the flow is not what we want to go with. So if it's something not good, this is where like your resilience and your self-esteem comes in and say, no, okay, this change is not good for me. Let me see how I can change it. Sometimes we have to change the change to get to where we want. It depends on what the change is bringing us. Yeah. So it's all about self-awareness.
Yeah, but it comes with change. I resist change. You know, now I got it. I figured it out that it's going to happen. So be prepared for it, or mentally prepared. And I used to I plan things out, but now sometimes I get to the point where I don't plan. Like whatever is going to happen today is going to happen. I just kind of roll with it. You know, maybe a loose plan. And if something changes, like, oh, okay, yeah, interesting. Sometimes I don't even make plans to hang with people and then get a phone call. Hey, you want to get together for dinner? Oh, okay, whatever. It's kind of fun that way too.
Yeah, and sometimes you make plans to go out with someone and they cancel on you, and you have a choice. You either can get upset or say, okay, well, maybe this is my time to just sit and watch TV by myself and just relax and have peace and quiet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's how we reframe things in our mind.
Looking at it as an opportunity.
Yes.
How does it, we never got deep into how it works with a life coach when you're thinking about changing, making changes, let's say starting a business, you have doubts about yourself. We all do.
We all do.
Yeah. How does that work when somebody works with you?
Well, it depends on, so the first thing we do is we get clarity on what they want. We need to be clear because a lot of times someone asks to, let's say, lose weight. Okay. But then there's other issues behind losing weight. It could be self-esteem. It could be social interactions, whatever it is. So yes, the losing weight is the goal, but there are other whys. Why do you want to do that? And that's where the clarity comes in. We work on that, but we also work on the issues that is under the losing weight. You
said a key word there. Why? What's your why? What's your why?
Exactly. What is your why? Why do I want to travel? Why do I look forward to going on my solo trips? I have a reason. It's because that's my self-care. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once you know the why, then how to do it becomes easier. Then you have a purpose. It's not just the outside. There's a lot on the inside of us that we need to get clear on. And it makes us focus, and it actually gives us more, we're more eager to reach that goal. We have incentives.
It's so true and interesting at the same time. Like, let's say you're starting a business. Why?
Why?
You know, is it, I just want to make a lot of money. Okay, great. All right.
So
is that how far? Money? Go ahead.
What is money going to do for you?
Right.
Why do you need to make more money? Where do you see yourself when you make money? What kind of person? Mm-hmm. Like, how does it feel when you have more money? You know, there's a lot of questions that you can take and ask about why you want to have a new business. And so let's say you succeeded, but you did not make the money that you want to make. How is that going to make you feel? And how would you? Because yes, we start a journey. Yes, we have plans, but we can always change things around to say, okay, well, this is the process of making a plan. We have a plan, but we always hit a wall. And when we hit that wall, a lot of people take a step back and say, okay, well, this isn't for me. I'm not going to try it again. Where, no, this is for you. You just have to step back, take a look at it, think about it, talk to people that done it before, brainstorm ideas, and then go back to your idea and move forward with it.
Well, even talking about the why, starting a business, and somebody says, I got a great idea. It's going to make a lot of money. And then, focusing back on your point, and let's say it doesn't. in the beginning. And if that's your only why, you're going to fall flat, I believe. If somebody says, well, I want to help people, it makes me feel good, I like making money as well, there's let's say, a deficit or not a lot of people doing what I'm proposing to do in this area, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. At least when one thing doesn't hit the mark, you have other things to fall back on. Because if it's just your why is just to make money, you're not going to feel fulfilled if you're not fulfilling that.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. There's always a why we want to do something. And it's I love what you said, that what if I'm in a life coach because it makes me feel good. So what if I have a client and that client didn't reach their goal? Does this make me feel like I failed? Is this why? And this is where I work on myself to be okay that a lot of times I can have a consultation with 10 people and none of them want me to be their life coach, and I don't know why. And that's okay also. It's not that I failed. We don't fail until we actually give up. Failing is just the process. The process of success has to go through a lot of failures. And even when we succeed, we're still going to fail at something else. And that's okay. We just have to bounce back and say, okay, well, this is where I am, and this is what I can change, and this is what I have to go, and try it again. And
maybe take stock in what the wins were, even though they went a little, whatever.
Absolutely. I have to tell you, I went to a convention one time, and it was a 2-day convention. Okay. I didn't feel anything resonated with me. I paid money. I traveled. But out of that one convention, 2 things happened that I just focused on. And to me, it was worth going. The first one was I made a friend, which was nice. And the second one, out of the 2 days, there was one sentence that was said. And that one sentence resonated with me. And to me, it was like, yes, it was worth it. So it's just, yes, maybe a lot of things don't resonate, but if you can get one thing that you can take out and focus on that and build upon it, then it was worth it.
Yeah, because you saw it. Yeah. I did something similar. I went cross country to a retreat. I signed up for it in an hour. Knew nothing about it. Way out of my wheelhouse. I'm a planner. Way out. I'm already, registering it at that moment. And it was part of a group I joined, but I only just showed up for the first meeting. And the retreat happened to be coming in the next week or two. They only do like 2 a year. It just happened to be then. So I was like, I'll do it. Now there was expense involved, flying cross country, all of that. I will admit, when I got there, I was like, did I just join a cult? Where am I? What am I doing? And then I'm thinking, if it doesn't feel right, you always have an out. You can leave. Book a flight back. It's all good. What do you got? It was an interesting trip. And there was many realizations in the trip. I will say for the first half day to a day, it's like, what am I doing? Just like you were saying, I don't really know. It was a 3-day and long days, long days. It's almost as if that's being done intentionally to, really break you down. One thing I did take away was, and it's all men, and it was whether you liked or loved your father, find those things that he gave you, whatever they are, and forgive for anything that, you need to. And I did. And it was, it was very impactful. And then I had a whoa moment. He passed when I was, in my low 20s, and I didn't have a great relationship with him. The day I left that event, it clicked in my head. That would have been his birthday.
Wow.
And that wasn't why I went to this event.
Yes.
That was just one segment of it. But that was then I started, like you just said, adding up all the things. And that was one of them. It's like, that was meant to be. That didn't just happen. That was meant to be. Yeah. And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it till, almost getting on the plane. Like, wait a minute, what day? Yeah. Oh, whoa. Okay.
Wow.
But you have to get in that mindset where you see it and reflect on it. And I'm not talking about put the rose-colored glasses on and just look for anything.
No.
You can't deny that would have been his birthday. And so I found that interesting. It's almost as if, hey, son, you're going. Let's figure things out. But
it's like you open your heart and you just allow yourself to be in that state of mind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to feel things and to like reflect on things. We're just too busy or too stressed or too overwhelmed. We don't take that time to feel that way. And thank you for mentioning a retreat, because I do want to mention my retreat coming up in Greece in May 15th to May 22nd. It's going to be awesome. We're going to 3 islands. Well, 1 mainland and 2 islands. I love Greece. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm organizing a retreat, May 15th to May 22nd. Look it up.
Writing it down. And you know, it's funny. You just reminded me. When I went to that last retreat, one of the reasons I signed up was I needed to get the blank out of here. I just needed to get away. I needed something. I needed a change of scenery. And then as soon as you said those dates in May, I'm like, because I'm thinking now, I just need a weekend, whatever it is. Never been there. Never been to Europe, and everywhere else in Europe. Yeah.
You must go. You must travel. I tell this to everybody. If I, with a son with autism, can take off and travel, I'm sorry, anybody can do it. And I'm a single mom. Yeah.
I made a commitment to one thing, and you said it at the beginning of today, and that commitment was do a solo trip. I have never done a solo trip. Even when I went to that retreat, there were some men that I met here, and they were going as well. So we became friendly. So it wasn't really solo. I was on the plane with people I know or just met. Maybe I only knew them a week, 2, whatever. So it wasn't really truly solo, but it sounds like you do that, right?
Once a year. I was in Greece back in May.
Wow.
Yes. I walked Camino de Santiago by myself, in Spain by myself, Portugal, Costa Rica. Costa Rica was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you know that it was right for you? I know it's kind of a weird question. Like, how
do I know if the trip is right for me?
Did you, was it your intuition telling you, you need to go?
Oh, to a country or to start doing solo trips?
Both.
To start doing, I've always been an adventurous person.
Okay.
I've always wanted to travel, but I never got a chance until after. I don't want to say because I got divorced. No, because I could have done it while I was married, but I had my kids. So after I got a divorce, I'm like, okay, I can get someone to be with my son and I can actually go. And I just booked it. I've never been to Spain. I don't know the language. I don't know how to drive there. I don't know anything. And I rented a car and I took off to 4 different cities.
Wow.
In northern Spain. Yes. And it was the coolest thing. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I want to do this. But trust me, every time I travel, I'm terrified.
Okay. Thank you for
I am terrified. No, I am. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I'm like, okay, I don't know. Because I don't know anything about the country. I don't know where I'm going. And I plan my own trips. I book everything. Nobody does anything for me.
Wow.
So it's like the adventure.
I'm excited hearing about it, and just the anticipation of, I don't know where I'm going, but you know what? You wind up talking to people, learning culture. I'm sure you ran into some English speaking people at some point.
Yes. And if I didn't, I used my hands and Google Translation and a little bit of French. And nobody speaks Arabic, so I couldn't use my Arabic. But French and English got me through it sometimes.
I pilot on my intuition. So real quick,
yes.
I have somebody I work with. He's in Dominican Republic right now. So, and he doesn't have a home. He just goes, he sold his home in August. He just goes wherever because he can. So
Yes.
I saw him in Florida for 3 days, 4 days, end of September. And it was cool. It was right on the beach. Perfect. I needed it. Good getaway. Perfect. So he's in Dominican Republic. So I'm like,
Cool.
another stay, right? So like 3 weeks ago, I was like, I'm going to go before Christmas. I'm just actually going to be me present. I'll go. I don't have to pay for my accommodations. It's just a flight. It was very inexpensive. I was shocked. And I'm about to book it. And I put the flight in the cart and something said, don't go. I wait another week. I'm like, all right, let me try this again. I'm about to, and I couldn't do it. Something said, don't go. I was supposed to be away this week there. And same thing. I'm like, something said, don't go. He reaches back to me. He says, dude, good thing you didn't book it. He goes, the electric goes out almost every day for an entire day from like 9 till like 6 p.m. He goes, there's no air conditioning. I can't even take a shower because there's no water to run the pump. He goes, and it's been raining. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, thank you. Now, would have been the worst thing? No. But it's also like a 2.5 hour ride from the airport because he's in a peninsula where he's at. And just when I added it all up and my intuition said, don't, I wasn't going for just the adventure. I was also going for just, I need 4 days of just relaxation. I'm not looking at it as a expedition like your trip to Spain or Greece might be. This didn't fit the bill after hearing that. So I'm glad the intuition said, don't book it. But point is,
it's good.
Listen what's inside. Like
yes.
Screaming for me is a truly solo trip. Just go somewhere. Drop somewhere.
So, I'll tell you about when I booked to Greece. So I don't know anything about Greece. I've never been there, and I'm looking. Okay, I don't want to be too far from the mainland. So I'm looking at the map, and I saw this island, Aegina. Okay, I'm like, okay, perfect. Went on Expedia, booked my hotel, beautiful hotel. I love the pictures. I'm like, okay, this is it. So a week before, I get an email saying, welcome to Agistri. I'm like, I didn't book in Agistri. I thought the island is Aegina. Then thinking that I always make mistakes. And so I'm like, okay, look into it just in case. It's not in the island. It was not in the island that I wanted to go to. It was in the island next to it. Right? Like it's 10 minutes in the ferry, which was the best mistake. Because when I went to Agistri, this is where we're going to have the retreat. In that island at that hotel.
Wow.
That hotel is just, you feel like Zen in there. It's opened, family owned, beautiful. So.
Meant to be.
Meant to be.
And it's funny.
Yes.
And we're just about out of time, but when you just said before, I'm, book, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just looking on a map and I'm going there. The old me would say, oh, that's like almost irresponsible. You're just picking anywhere. Now I look at it as like, wow, that's cool. That's real. I give you a lot of credit. That's really, really cool. Like you're just going you're piloting from your intuition. It's like I'm and guess what? The universe said, no, let me move you over here because this is where you should be.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
So, the retreat. Look it up, May 15th to May 22nd to Greece. And if I'm a life coach and clarity catalyst instructor, and you can find me at savoryourseasons.com and email Ghada at savoryourseasons.com. Wasn't that what you were going to say? Ask me, how do people find me?
You got it.
Got it.
And that's fantastic. What a trip. To get clarity,
yes,
be away somewhere, different area, like-minded people, fantastic. That's a new year. Ghada, by the way, Ghada, just letting everybody know. And
correct.
Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your insight and your honesty and transparency about all of this. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. We'll be right back.
Feeling stuck or overwhelmed? Unlock your full potential with Ghada Corey, founder of Life Coaching and Mindfulness. Transform your life and take the first step toward a brighter future today. Call 484 515-7908 or visit savoryourseasons.com to learn more.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing. I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.